From the exhibit on the front, which is now on display in Los Angeles. This is one of our celebrities who are present by opening the Anne Frank exhibit.
I was involved in the production. This is one of my sons, Luger Cole. I was on the stage for 2.5 years with it, and about 4 years of my life. 4 years.
And here, this man who came far away from New York.
Yeah, they said if you happen to be in the neighborhood, he says come in. So I happened to be in New York, but I took a plane, and now I'm in the neighborhood. Yeah.
I don't know about
The people, they are the righteous gentile. These are the people who saved a lot of Jewish people in the time of the Holocaust. And they came too to be present by the opening of Anne Frank exhibit. And this is they are from Holland. Dr. Holland. And this is Dr. Zach, who went to the chairman of Martyr's Memorial, who put a lot of effort and time that this exhibit can find place in Los Angeles. It plays before the gala opening of Anne Frank exhibit. Here with me is our director of Martyr's Memorial, who is present at the opening. Going around the meeting for this exhibit, which is finding place here in Los Angeles. What this means for the community?
Well, we've brought together at the exhibit, and for the month that the exhibit will be here, a coalition of groups, an interdenominational, inter-ethnic group, which is dedicated really to the message of Anne Frank, her message of hope and trust in humanity. And for the first time that in any city that this exhibit has been in, we've really brought together across the board and have made this a grassroots civic event.
And who sponsored this exhibit?
It's sponsored by the Martyr's Memorial, the Museum of the Holocaust, in cooperation with the Anne Frank Center and 39 other groups. So we're real pleased. We brought together the 3 Annes who played in the Broadway play, the movie, and in the television show.
No, that's all right.
Here are the 3 young ladies who played the role of Anne Frank. They just came too to participate in the gala opening of this exhibit in honor in the memory of this young little Jewish girl who perished in the time of the Holocaust, and now is a symbol of spirit and determination, which never left her to the last minute when she perished in all of the concentration. People who took part in movies in the last 20 years of Anne Frank. Here they are. The movies have been produced in the United States. Now they came too to take part in this unusual event. Here they are.
Having the 75th anniversary, and in that course presenting this exhibit to the community. The exhibit itself was put together, as has been scheduled, for the entire Anne Frank month by the Martyr's Memorial and Museum of the Holocaust in cooperation with the Anne Frank Center in New York City. Introduce the evening to you. What is, again, is a special reunion of people who have been influenced by and influential in telling of the story of Anne Frank. That includes Holocaust survivors, which there are many of here tonight, and who did found the Martyr's Memorial Museum of the Holocaust in Los Angeles. And Mr. Salzberg is here, Jack Salzberg. Hello, Mr. Salzberg. He is the vice chair of the Martyr's Memorial. We have Holocaust survivors with us, many tonight. There are many institutions here, as this is a private opening. These are the institutions that have put on the programs associated with Anne Frank Month. And that includes the public school system and various community social service organizations, libraries, etc. The whole list of that is in the press kit and on the back of every piece of Anne Frank stationery that exists in Los Angeles right now. But I'd like also now to introduce some of the people who have, the talented actors who have been able to not only generously come here, but to share a piece of their life in the telling of this wonderful story. We are delighted to have, perhaps for the first time together, the three principal actresses who have played Anne Frank. First, I'd like to introduce Susan Strasberg. Susan, please. Played Anne Frank. She created the role in 1965 on Broadway. I'll ask everyone to say a few words. Let me introduce everyone first. I have Millie Perkins here, 1959, Anne Frank. 20th Century Fox film. And Melissa Gilbert, shall we say the newest Anne Frank? Thank you for coming. 1980 in the NBC, am I correct? NBC Television Network production of the story Diary of Anne Frank. We also have tonight Frances Lederer, who played Anne Frank. Frances, please stand. Frances played Anne Frank in the Broadway, am I correct? Broadway, as well as the national tour. We have two persons who played Peter. We have Peter Levin, who played Peter on Broadway. Peter, thank you. And Ronald Martyr, who also played Peter on Broadway. Thank you. Diane Baker, we have a Margaret here. Thank you, Diane. Played with Millie in the film. We have Milt Jacoby, who came from around the corner, New York City. Who's played Peter. He played, of course, Mr. Van Dam, the film, the Broadway, and the tour, and he is Mr. Van Dam. We also are delighted to have with us Leonora Schildkraut, who's the widow of Percy Schildkraut, who created the role in the show. And thank you very much for coming. We are not having in the physical presence of Shelley Winters. Shelley and Millie have been the co-chairs of Anne Frank Month. Shelley is in New York and was ill and was unable to be here tonight. What I'd like to do now, if I may, is to introduce Susan and Millie and Melissa, please, to say a few words about what it really meant to be Anne Frank. Shall I pass a mic? Or would you like to stand?
I came close in the transvestite and everything you want to know about sex, but I'm not going to do it here.
Joseph Peppy Schildkraut said something to me when we began rehearsals for Anne Frank in 1955. And it's an expression that's used in the theater on rare occasions. And he said, Susan, every 20 or 30 years, if you're lucky, as an actress, as a human being, God will touch you. He said, this is one of those experiences that every night God touches us all. And that was the kind of experience it was for me. I mean, there's so much to say in one short thing. I really changed my life. I had never been an actress, and I had never studied acting and never thought of being an actress. I was a model, and I was asked to play a part after tests and everything. So I remember one specific thing stands out in my mind. I remember when I did the tour of 10 countries in Europe for the film. I remember every time I got off the plane, someone would throw a microphone in my face and they'd say, smile, Millie, smile. And I remember breaking out in hives every time I got off the plane. And flowers were shoved in my arms. And it was after, then around the United States, and it was utter agony for me, having never done anything like that before, and getting off the plane, having to smile, and meeting all the Anne Franks of every city and every country that I went to in Israel. I met 10 Anne Franks and had dinner, and everybody was calm, and I was in hives. My publicist kept saying, Millie, you can pretend you're sick and we can go home, you know. But when I got back, I forget who it was, someone gave me a short story that Anne had written, and the story was about her fantasizing that she'd gone to Hollywood to become a film actress in Hollywood. And she said it was wonderful at first, and it was California was so beautiful and the sun shone. But what started to happen is everywhere she went, everyone asked her to smile. They said, smile, Anne, smile. And she said she finally decided that she couldn't be a film star because she had to smile too much. It was too difficult. And I, of course, I related to that because that's what happened to me. I learned to smile. And there's great beauty in there and great love, and that's why we're all here. It's